Hi, everyone. Thank you to Yes Education for organizing this event. I'm Betty Goh from the University of Reading Malaysia campus. I'm the regional manager for the international recruitments for Malaysia campus and supporting UK for the Southeast Asia. So for today, we are very much talking about University of Reading Malaysia campus. Not sure whether how many of you actually heard about University already, Malaysia campus. If not, then I think this is a good platform for you guys to know who we are and where we are. Basically, if you know about University already UK, we are the branch campus from the UK located in Malaysia and is also located at Johor Bahru. It's southern part of Malaysia next to Singapore. Now, let's dive into our history a bit. Now, University of Reading, basically, if let's say we are talking about the overview, we are found in 1892, which is we are more than 135 years if we were to include in Extension College of University of Oxford, Reading, and the only university awarded with charter between two World War in 1926. Now, this year, basically, we mark 100 years sanitary celebrations. Hence, you can see a lot of maybe you bound to see social media. We're talking about 100 years celebration of University of Reading. Now, in 2013, basically, University of Reading started their footprint in Malaysia at Iskandar Puteri, Johor. So that is where we started a branch campus in Malaysia, the first branch campus from Reading. Now, in 2014, that is our first cohort of students enrolled in Malaysia campus. And until today, we have grown up to nearly 1,000 plus, 1,100 student populations. And with that 1,100 plus students, we have 10% international students from over 27 countries. That being said, that we have from Southeast Asia, students from Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Brunei, and of course, other part of the world as well. And that actually says a lot about University of Reading. We are very diversified. Now, in 2026, as I mentioned earlier on, we are celebrating 100 years. Along that way, along that side, we are also building an educational hub in Southeast Asia, meaning that we are actually, our path or our goal, mission, next one is to put in all the, I would say, University of Reading Malaysia campus. It's a regional hub for both campuses, UK and Malaysia as well. But that is moving forward. We will announce once it's ready. Okay. Now, a little bit about UK campus, whereby UK campus, I think most of you guys, if you have been selling UK, you know that Reading is actually University of Reading UK campus basically is located 23 minutes away from London by train. And overall, our QS ranking, it's 194, as well as 27 in the UK. So just for information, why we are actually having this branch campus, because we would like to create this mobility where students can choose to start their study in Malaysia, then transfer to the UK campus to complete their degree. So this is also another way that we're creating affordability as well as flexibility. So that student can actually pay Ringgit Malaysia when they are here, at least for the first year and second year, and then final year go to the UK. Or if they don't want, they want to spend all 3 years or 4 years in Malaysia, then go to the UK to do master, they are allowed to do so. Because at the end of the day, student will actually be granted a UK degree as well. The certificate will still show University of Reading. Okay? Now, Malaysia campus, basically, as I mentioned, we are actually at the southern part of Malaysia, which is Johor Bahru, and it's just about 40 minutes away from Singapore Changi Airport, 25 minutes from Senai International Airport. Now, for those those of you who are very familiar with Kuala Lumpur basically is just 1 hour away from Johor by flight, and then 3 hours or 4 hours by car. So now we have train. Train is very super easy, which is just about 3 hours from Kuala Lumpur to Johor. And moving forward, we are looking at 2027, there will be a high-speed train between Johor and Singapore as well. So the opportunity for students has plenty for them to explore, not just in terms of their experiences, but in terms of their employability during their internship or placement year. Edu City, basically University of Reading located at Edu City. that's also bring together a multiple international university like University of Newcastle Medical School as well as Southampton and Raffles. So that is where forming a Southeast Asia first integrated education hub. I was there last week, okay, for a holiday, and I actually took that opportunity to go around Edu City. I'm not based in campus, yeah, so I'm based in Kuala Lumpur. So whenever I go back to the campus, I only have the opportunity to be in the campus and surrounding Edu City, but I didn't actually go out of Iskandar Putri or Edu City. So I took the opportunity last week to go around the whole Iskandar project, and I see a lot of opportunity because of the special economic zone, because of the investors who are coming in, not just from Singapore, but from other part of the world as well. And this also showing me that, students in terms of their accommodation, in terms of their moving around, it's very, very flexible as well. Okay, so in terms of student population, I don't want to mention it. I'm already mentioning it earlier on. Now, why University of Reading, Malaysia? Basically, it's one of the world ranked institution, which is top 200 globally and top 5 private institution in Malaysia. So it's also flexible for students to study in Malaysia and then study in Malaysia and then getting UK degree. It's a strategic location. As I mentioned, we are just 40 minutes away from Singapore and international accessibility connecting business and education as well. Now, earlier on, I also mentioned about special zone economics between Singapore and Malaysia, Johor. So that is also the key economics development zone for international enterprise and education's institution providing internship as well as job opportunity. Now, cost of living, I would say it's very affordable compared to Kuala Lumpur, I would say. So it's very friendly community as well. They are not big because the whole Iskandar neighborhood, whereby Edu City located, is very peace. It's very quiet, no hustle and bustle. It's very suitable for business people, for students who are staying there. Why I say business people? Yeah, because when I was there last week, I actually go around to a lot of corporate businesses, and I realized that a lot of big corporations are actually located in Iskandar Putri. So in terms for students to find internship, I don't see there's any huge challenge, I would say. Okay, multicultural environment, a blend between Chinese, English, Malay culture, and so diversified in terms of international students. Because within the Edu City itself, there are few universities as well as top international school, and all the educations, they're bringing a lot of international students. So that's why I say it's very the multicultural environment, not just about Malaysian with Chinese, English, or Malay culture, but others as well. Now, UK qualifications. UK qualifications are basically, as I mentioned earlier on, students have the flexibility to study in Malaysia and then graduate in the UK. Or they can actually study whole year in Malaysia and then graduate in Malaysia, still getting a UK degree. Then transfer option is either 1+2 or 2+1 pathway. So basically, student can choose. We don't force student, you must go or you must stay. So it's very much depend on student. Of course, the one thing that students need to remember is they need to pass their first attempt of exam in order for them to progress to the UK campus. Okay, now student will also receive 20% tuition fee reductions for their first year if let's say they transfer to the UK. Definitely when they are in UK, they are paying pounds, okay? All degrees are awarded by the University of Reading, UK, and globally recognized. So students don't have to worry, even though they are paying local fee in Malaysia. Now, this is state of art of the picture. I won't show picture, but I would like to show you a video. At least you guys get a glance of the campus. Let me know if you can see the video, yeah? Because I cannot see you all. Can you guys see the video moving, playing?
We can see the video, but there's no sound.
Hello and welcome to the
Oh,
University
now
of
the
Reading
sound, now the sound, now the
campus,
sound.
located here in Asia's premier education hub, Edu City. This is the heart space where students begin their journey. Located a mere 30-minute drive away from Singapore, campus is a gateway to Southeast Asia. We are now in the largest lecture theatre where knowledge comes to life. The modern technology used ensures that students can fully engage with and enjoy their learning experience. As well as large lecture theatres, students' learning will also be conducted in small seminar rooms like this. At Reading, we value students' opinions and encourage them to engage in critical thinking. Welcome to the Learning Resource Centre, the heart of academic life on campus. Students use this venue for individual and group learning and have access to a vast library of resources. In addition to the resources available at the library, our PC Lab provides students with the software that they need. At the University of Reading, Malaysia, we have subject-specific facilities. For example, the psychology students can use the Brain and Behavior Research Unit to conduct their eye tracking and behavioral studies. Henley Business School houses the state-of-the-art dating room, where students use the simulation terminals to experience live trading as part of their experiential learning. Part of university life is making new friends and also getting to know your peers. Our student social area is the perfect setting for this. We hope that gives you a really good idea of what we offer here at the University of Reading, Malaysia. To find out more, book on to an open day. And we'll see you soon.
Okay, that is basically University of Reading campus. Now, let's dive into our faculty. Basically, we have 5 faculties in Malaysia campus. With these 5 faculty, we have 7 undergraduate program with 1 foundations program. So compared to University of Reading, UK has more options. It's because here we would like to be more focused, especially when it comes to this part of the world, the ASEAN part. Most of the students, they are looking for what type of program they are looking at, especially like business, law, environmental, as well as psychological. Now, University of Reading Global Academy, basically it's a foundation program as well as an English program. So basically students who are coming with IGCSE, GED, then they have to come in, then they have to come in to study 1-year foundation program. So this foundation program, basically, we call it International Foundation Program, IFP. It's providing a holistic student development as well as internationally recognized for UK degree. Students who finish their program in foundations program, they can actually pathway into the specific program that offer in University already. Of course, if let's say students choose to go to another campus or other university, they can do so long the university that they are applying to accept their requirements, because each university have their specific requirement. Because we do have a student who finish foundation program and they head on to Monash, Nottingham, Southampton for other program as well. This is English program. So usually for my students, because I'm taking care of international students, except China. So for my student, I will always advise them to go for IELTS instead of taking PSE 6 weeks or 16 weeks. Unless this student after IELTS, they still fail to meet the requirement, then they come into this pre-sessional English. If not, I'll prefer them to go to take IELTS. I'll prefer them to take IELTS first. Then if let's say they meet, definitely they can straight away start. They don't have to do this PSE pre-sessional English intake. Okay. Under the Henley Business School, we have 4 programs. Basically, we have these 4 programs: accounting and finance, real estate, finance and business management, and business management as well. Now, these 4 programs are all under Henley Business School. I'm sure you guys are quite aware that Henley Business School basically is one of the oldest business school in the Europe, and it's also triple crowns. So with Henley is among the elite group of business school. So a lot of students come to us for accounting and finance because of their finance. It's actually ranked 30 around the world. So finance and management. Real estate is also ranked number 1 for land and property management. So it depends on the students what kind of business program they are looking at. Now, for example, accounting and finance, students who look into ACCA or ICAEW, then they can actually take accounting and finance. But our accounting finance, this program basically is a 4 years degree. During the 3rd year, student will have to do placement year, meaning that they'll be working for 1 year. And during this 1 year, they will earning some income every month. range between ringgit Malaysia 1,008 to 2,000 per month. That's why it's a 4 years degree. Third year is a compulsory placement year. Now, during the third year, when they go for placement year, they don't have to pay tuition fee. They only pay I reverse it. They don't have to pay full fee. They only pay 15%, 1/5, yeah, of the tuition fee for the third year. Okay, because they are going for placement. Now, our accounting and finance, we are working very closely with ICAEW. Having said that, we also allow students, they are also ACCA exemptions as well as CIMA exemption as well. Okay, now the rest of the program, real estate, finance, business management, and business management, these three programs are only 3 years program. They don't have a placement year, but students are welcome to do internship during their semester break. Most of the students actually did that. Okay, so finance and business management, basically for those students who want to go into finances or more into statistic economics, I would say this would be the good program. And then for those students who are looking into become their own businessman or their own, they want to create they want to be the entrepreneurship. So business management, it's something that they want to look at. Okay, real estate basically is under the land and property management. For this program, for those students who are actually looking into a big estate planning, we're not talking about selling and buying. We're talking about a big, huge estate planning like land size, like a huge hospital size, a huge, just give you a very simple layman term, could be hotel, because hotel, they have a hotel chains from different country. So how are you going to manage all this property? So it's in the bigger perspective. And then for this, they are also learning about valuations, valuator. They can become a valuator, not just about selling and buying. Now, law is also another program that are very famous among the international students. Now, of course, it depends on the country when they go back, whether the country actually accept it or not. We always ask students to actually do a bit of research if, let's say, they want to take law program, because our law basically we are doing the UK law, and then for this law program basically is endorsed by the LPQB, meaning that students who actually finish 3 years in Malaysia, they can actually go to UK to take bar exam. Okay, so bar basically is 9 months plus the exam. So for Malaysian, of course, they will take CLP, but for international students, they want to go back to their home country to take whatever that qualifications, or some of the, I would say, what is this? Country that practice UK law, they can actually go to the UK to take bar route. Okay, so that they can actually come back and become a barrister. So all this, after they finish 3 years in Malaysia and then they want to go to the UK to take their bar training and exam, our School of Law will actually guide them. Okay, so students don't have to worry. Now, all the programs that I mentioned just now, be it business or law, students are allowed to do 1 year or 2 years in Malaysia, then transfer to the UK. Before I forget, the accounting and finance, because this is 4 years program, and in Malaysia, accounting and finance third year is compulsory for placement. So UK is optional. So what I would advise students usually is to finish 2 years, complete the placement, then only go to the UK. Because for this third year, student usually, what our school business, Henley Business School did is they will actually push the students to go for the big four firm or the big corporation, KPMG, Deloitte, Ernst & Young, all these things. Okay, that is based on my feedback that I received from the academy also. So it's a very good opportunity for them to get into this big firm, accounting firm. Okay. School of Built Environment basically is a quantity survey program. And then this quantity survey program basically is recognized by 4 bodies, which is 2 from the UK, RICS, CIOB, and then 1 from Malaysia, as well as PAQS. Now, PAQS basically is acceptance degree in the UK, Singapore, China, Australia, New Zealand, Korea, and other PAQS member country, meaning that today students finish with this degree, University of Reading, they can actually practice at those countries. Now, our quantity surveying basically is the first for architecture, buildings, and planning in the Daily Mail, University Guide 2026. It's also at the Building Complete University Guide and Building in Times and Sunday Good University as well. So in terms of the ranking for our built environment, it's at the quite high compared to certain I would say certain qualification or certain university. So most of the students usually they will look at the recognition, especially RICS, CIOB, as well as PAQS. To put in the layman term, quantity surveying basically is a cost engineer. This person are working very closely with architect as well as with civil engineer and E&E engineer. So this person need to calculate the costs of the whole building need to build up, as well as they also handle the legal part for their contract with the contractor as well as subcontractor. Okay, so this is under quantity surveying, QS. Now we have School of Psychology and Clinical Science. Basically, this is a psychology program. Under this psychology program, basically students have the options to do 2 years or 3 years, because 3 years is without the placement, 4 years is with the placement. Now, accounting and finance is a compulsory, but for psychology, it's optional for students. If they want, they can take 4 years. If they don't want, they can take 3 years. Our psychology program basically is accredited by the British Psychological Society. So in terms of reputations rank, is 151 to 175 in the world ranking. Okay, so in the Times ranking. I also want to mention for 4 years degree, 4 years options, during the 4th year, student will also get a placement. That 1 year placement, student only have to pay 15% tuition fee, as well as they'll get paid, but they're paid, it depends on where they go. Because for psychology, some students, they may go into NGO, they may go into a small private psychological center. So it depends where they're actually attached to, and all depend on the market rate. But so far, what I heard from my my students and my academic, it's roughly between 800 to 1,000 or sometimes 1,002 per month. Now, this is the flexible study option that I mentioned. We have either student can do 1 whole year foundation program in Malaysia, and then first year of degree in Malaysia, or second year, third year also in Malaysia. And some students will actually choose 1 year in Malaysia, 3 years in the UK. So far, most of the students actually choose foundation in Malaysia, 2 years in Malaysia, then final year go to the UK, or 2 years in Malaysia, which is 1 year foundation, 1 year undergraduate, and then 2 years in the UK. Definitely, if students come with A-level, NCUK, yeah, they can actually start with the bachelor straight away instead of foundations or IB, because I know Myanmar or Thailand, they do have a lot of international school as well. Now, tuition fee. This is tuition fee for this year. International foundation program basically is 31,000 for 1 year. So if I were to convert it into US dollar, it's about 7,000. To round it up, it's 8,000 US dollar for 1 year. Okay. For bachelor program, it's all across the same all program, yeah, 48,000 per annum. So if I were to convert it into US dollar, that's mean per year, students are only paying 12,000 US dollar. Times 3 years is about 36,000 US dollar. So this is just the tuition fee only. Okay, now there will be an application fee of 530, including SSD. And this will be rebate if, let's say, they confirm enrollment. So basically, they don't pay application fee. So this application fee will turn into a tuition fee later on once they confirm their enrollment. Okay. Do take note, if let's say you submit application, you receive an offer, we do always indicate in the offer letter the deadline to enjoy the super early bird or early bird discount, like 5% or 3%. Now, foundation program. This is basically global recognitions or global requirement, IGCSE, O-level, GCE, GCSE, minimum 5C, IB, MYP, overall 28 points. Okay, so just to take note, we do take IB, MYP to coming into foundation program. But then, of course, they need to meet the requirement also, minimum 4 point or higher in at least 5 subjects. Now, Myanmar, basic education, high school examination, minimum 60 point. GED, they have to come in with minimum 145 on each 4 subject. Thai, it will be 2.0 out of 4. Okay, now, students who want to go into business program, make sure their maths must be C and above or credit and above. Okay, psychology, they need to have at least mathematics and 1 science subject in order for them to go into this program. Now, undergraduate program requirement. So for undergraduate program, basically we take the general, which is A-level, IBDP, NCUK, or I'm not sure whether you, Myanmar and Thailand. For me, I think based on my experience, they are quite famous for this US or American high school diploma grade 12, and then, APO this thing. So this is for your reference. You will receive this PPT from Year's Education Letter, so you don't have to worry. So don't have to memorize it or write it down. So basically, A-level, we need triple B, IBDP, 30 points, NCUK Foundations, triple B. Okay, so for NCUK Foundation, please remember, excluding EAP, yeah? Okay, now English requirement for those students who come in for for undergraduates, they need to have at least 6.5 overall, at least 5.5 in each component. If let's say they're coming into foundation program, they need to have at least 5.5 with at least 4.5 in each component. So we do take other English as well, but IELTS being very common for our students. And I think it's easier as well. Now, if your student coming in from international school, IGCSE, they got C and above for first language in English, or B and above for second language, then they don't have to take IELTS, yeah? So that is what we can with. Okay, we do have a scholarship. So now scholarship, we divided into 2. One is higher achiever scholarship. Basically, higher achiever scholarship, if it's auto-assessed. The moment we receive your application, we'll assess whether this student eligible for higher achiever or not. International Foundation Program is between 20% to 30%, and then undergraduate is 15% to 30%. So long students have 4 A's and above in IGCSE, they will get at least 20%. Yeah, and then A, B, B for undergraduates. Now, we have Holistic Excellence Program, which is 100% scholarship. This is by invitations, meaning that students who receive 30% from Higher Achiever Scholarship, then they will be invited to come in for Holistic Excellence Award. Okay, then after that, students have to prepare personal statement as well. Now, another thing is, for this Holistic Excellence Award, student will actually need to go through interview. Okay, and it's also very selective because 1 year we're only given out to maybe 2 or 3, so it's very competitive. So I would always advise students, if let's say they have a leadership, special talents, sports achievement award, sport achievement, please go for this, because these 3 also giving up 50%. Leadership is very much like if you are a leader in certain club and society or in certain project that won international level or national level. Special talents, if you're a dancer, vocal, singer, you can actually submit it if you win anything. Sport achievement, if you're representing anything from the school to international level. So all this information are actually posted in the website. You can actually go and take a look one by one. Okay, now foundations, basically our international students deadline has over, which is 23rd of February, but we still accept applications if you have. until next week. Okay. Visa applications deadline is 27. For September intake, we international deadline is 27th of July, and the application is 31st of July. Now, July intake is only for domestic students. So for international, only remember April as well as September for foundations. Undergraduates, we are still open for applications because the deadline is 9th of March. Commencement date is different from foundation, so that's why we are still can accept the application. For September intake, basically it's the same as foundation. So it was application deadline is 20th of July and student visa is 24th of July. Okay. Now, accommodations. In terms of accommodations, we have these three options for students. Hako Village basically is a walking distance to our campus. It's about 10 minutes walking distance, but it's a very limited because all this accommodation is actually shared among all the university in Edo City. So basically, one good thing about this is students not just mingle around with University of Reading students, but they are also bound to see other university of students as well. However, I will always ask students to make sure they make a booking earlier as soon as they make a deposit for the university. Then they have to book these accommodations already. Tuition fee and living expenses. Basically, this is a comparison for you to take a look in terms of pounds and Malaysia ringgit. Now, living expenses per month here is about 1,005. If let's say you are average, okay, so per month is about 400 to 500 US dollar. Okay, same goes to dormitory. And tuition fee per year, as I calculate just now, is about 12,000. So total 3 years, we are talking about 3 years, all the expenses included, it's about 63,000 US dollar to get a UK degree qualifications. Now, what's next? We're going to launch a new program soon, but it will be most likely it will be in September 2026 or next year, January. So these are the major that we are looking at. This is actually a combination between master as well as bachelor. Okay, that is all about my presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you, Betty. I'm just a bit curious about the pre-sessional English part. Is that okay? You can share the slide previously.
Yeah.
So let's say example if students, just a bit of a curious about mine because to me pre-sessional is such a rare occasion in Malaysia. So let's say for pre-sessional, when they apply for the student pass 5, they'll cover the duration of the pre-sessional English first, right? Then
Yep,
only
correct.
they have to apply for another time if they progress into the undergrad.
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we don't call CASA here because even
Yeah,
though
we don't. There's no cast. There's no cast.
okay.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no cast. I have to change my mindset a bit. Like, yeah, there's no, there's no cast here.
Yeah.
It's
Usually,
because yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah.
So usually once students submit the applications, admission receive it, the if let's say straightforward cases, yeah, we will straight away issue an offer letter. After the offer letter received, students have 10 days to make a decisions whether they want to accept or reject. If let's say they accept, they have to fill up the form, which is also all via online, and pay 2,000 deposit to
Okay.
secure the seat.
But for the pre-sessional, right, is it for undergrads only or for foundation as well?
Foundation as well.
I see. So let's say example, students from O levels and they want to study the foundation. They can Reading can waive the English requirement based on the first or second language English subjects.
Correct. Yes. So if let's say student took second language, so they need to have at least B and above. If student took first language, then we will look at C and above.
Second language B and above, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, then first is C.
Mm.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem. Okay, right. Let me just think. Very curious, and also about the new programs. I saw that are going to have new programs launching very soon.
Mm. Yep.
They're all undergrad, right?
No, it's a combination of postgraduate and undergraduate.
I see. Okay, sure, no problem. No problem. Guess understood. And what is your opinion? Let's say if students they came from a GED or a GED background.
Mhm. So far we do receive a GED applications, but most of the time we offer foundations. So it depends on the student whether they can accept it or not.
I see, I see.
Mm,
Because
there's no,
from what I
there's
can
no, yeah.
from what I can understand from GED, like for Malaysia, just Malaysia on its own so far,
Mm, mm,
usually from what I can understand is that they either can join for the bachelor degree, but only for like private
private, correct.
institutions. But let's say example, usually for is let's say if those with UK branding in general, then they
Mm,
have to go through the foundation program.
right. Yes, that is, yeah. So until at the moment, we can't accept to undergraduate because at the end of the day, we have like for example, branch campus, we need to adhere the UK requirement as well as MQA requirement.
Okay, sure, no problem. Noted on that. Okay, just mm, okay, guys, any other questions? I think we got a few questions in the Q&A box. What are the requirements for the scholarship?
Okay, requirement for scholarship, it's very simple. Wait, let me just see whether I can just pull out.
Another question there is, this is about the GED and Myanmar matriculation. Can you kindly clarify that GED and Myanmar matriculating, including the new year 12 high school system, are only eligible to apply for international foundation?
Yes.
Additionally, could you also clarify University of Reading Malaysia doesn't offer on-campus accommodation?
We don't have on-campus accommodation. All accommodation are outside. It's just that Hako Village, it's near the nearest proximity is about 10 minutes walking distance.
I
Okay.
see, I see.
So
No word
but
total.
yeah, so for the scholarship, right? Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet.
Huh? Not yet.
Mm,
Mm,
sorry.
can you guys see now?
Yes.
Okay, now these are the qualification. You can actually find it from our website.
I see.
So O level, 4As, they'll get 20%, yeah, all this. But if let's say other international qualification is also listed here, so
Oh,
it's
I
very long. I
see.
can't, yeah. So you can actually get it from our Myanmar GD, Myanmar matriculation. Basically, for foundation, they need to have at least 80% in order for them to enjoy 20% scholarship.
Okay, got it. I just
Mm.
I just found the scholarship. Let me put them in the chat here.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good.
Just hopefully everyone can see it. Yep, here. Great. No problem. There's also here for Myanmar and Thailand as well.
Yeah.
Yes. But
So
Thailand
undergraduate,
even and then for Matayam they have to join for the foundation
yeah,
directly. Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
You can always, maybe, I don't know, another way is I'm happy for you guys to create a group for me to answer your questions. If let's say you want me to support you in terms of supporting your partners.
Yeah.
So whenever they have questions, I can also chip into.
We will definitely have a group chat for sure, Betty.
Yeah.
I can put in Pathfinder request because usually she will create a group chat because we all have our own very general group chats already. Which brings up to my next request. Is it okay if you can send us the presentation slides?
Well, no problem, definitely.
Which brings up to my next question. So I think I will usually try to send out the presentation slides to the main group chat for everyone. Hopefully you guys can be able to read through it at least. Usually I at the moment I send out like main points at the moment, but of course I will understand that you can send it to the main group chat for sure. And yeah, sure, no problem.
I'll send you via email I will share with you the agent. I will share with you all the information in one folder. Then you can actually select on and this PPT specifically for Thailand and Myanmar.
Okay, noted. No problem. No problem. Okay, I think we got time for one more question. Anyone?
Yep, because I have another sessions.
Sure, no problem. One more question. Here it is. Here it is. Quick one. If the student finishes the International Foundation program, can progress easily to the UK, right?
Of course, they need to meet at least, as I mentioned, first attempt of exam, they need to pass all 60% and above. This means they have to pass all 60% and above in order for them to progress. So for when they progress to the UK, they don't have to apply to UCAS, yeah? They only apply through our internal, we call it internal transfer.
For foundation, let's say for international foundation programs, they can apply for the first year to Reading, UK.
Correct.
Okay, no problem.
Unless they want to apply to other university, then they have to apply through UCAS.
Understood. Okay. Okay, great. No problem.
Okay.
Thank you again, Betty, so much. I will be waiting for the slides. Because
Okay.
I sent them the screenshot on the pre-session the scholarship, but I think with the slide, which is a lot more handy because I saw the price difference as well. I saw the price difference as well. That would be great to show it to them as well.
Sure. No
Okay.
problem.
All right. Thank you everyone so much. Have a good day ahead. Thank you again. Have a
Thank
great day.
you. Thank you,
Betty.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.